Hey everybody, Erica here, and I have your second Make and Take block, Block B. And my projects feature both the Beautiful Friendship stamp set and the Above the Clouds stamp set. So those are the two that you'll need for these four. Now my training this time is about recruiting. So I designed my projects with recruiting in mind. There are certain things that we need to help us with recruiting. And so I came up with a few things that I think will help you. Now, first off, let's talk about the cards. The first one, I think it might be my favorite, uses our new Rococo Rose along with Mary Merlot. Look, doesn't that look good together? Who knew Mary Merlot would look so good with that color? And you're going to use your Bird Ballad framelits, and you're just going to stamp those. This is a card designed to send to your downline when they promote, or even when you have a new recruit who buys the starter kit. A very big congratulations. So you could make a stack of these pretty quickly. That's some pretty simple stamping. One thing you might not notice here is that I stamped one of the smaller roses around the edge in Mary Merlot just to kind of give it some texture there. But easily done. This is cut in mint macaron, and it's just one, and you cut it in half and stick it behind there and add a few of those beautiful rhinestones. All right, so a good congratulations card for your new recruits or your team members. Now here's a card you could send after you meet somebody, maybe at a craft fair or somewhere, who maybe showed you a little bit of interest, that maybe they are interested in buying the starter kit. I thought that was a great sentiment. So very happy to know you. You could make a bunch of these and have on hand ready to send with maybe your information sheet in here, a little more information, and just, kind of telling them, hey, it was nice meeting you. Don't forget about our conversation. So pretty simple. You're going to use your Peacock Designer Series paper, a very skinny sliver of our beautiful Peacock foil. And when you piece these together, after you adhere them, put them on your paper trimmer and make sure that they measure 3 3/4 by 5. You can trim it down. Sometimes, depending on how far out we put our pieces, they might measure a little bit differently. So once you have it all adhered together, just stick it on there and trim it down so that it will fit on your card front. You're just going to stamp your flowers in Pretty Peacock. This is Mango Melody and Old Olive. And here is some of your twine from the Magnolia Ribbon Pack. One thing I wanted to mention is that this color combo and the previous one came from the In Color combination chart that Stampin' Up! Has for us. So if you're looking for ways to use your in colors with your customers in different ways so that it's not just all in colors, it's a great chart, and I refer to that to kind of help me get started with these projects. So make sure you find that over in the Print Lab on the demo webpage. All right, so there's your second card. Now let's talk about the two 3D items. This one I thought would be a great book to look. If you're having a class, you could make up 4 or 5 of these and put them there. And inside could be information about the starter kit. Now you can't put something in there that they get for free with the starter kit. That's against policy, but you could put information. Anybody who's interested in the starter kit could take it with them, right? Or you could use it to book your next workshop, because we know our hostess typically do become demonstrators on our team. So in that case, if that's how you're going to do it, you could put in here a prize, something that like a you'll receive a free ink pad if you host a workshop for me. They can all be different, and they can choose one if they book their workshop with you that night at your class. Just keep in mind that that is a very common path for our recruits. They're a customer, they host a workshop or a class, and then they eventually do become demonstrators because they know that the discount is a great deal. So that's a good idea. You could also use this gift box for lots of things, really, for special recognition for your team, prizes at your team meeting, things like that. Let's make this. Let me show you how to make this. This is terracotta tile, and it is, let's see, this one is 7 by 8.5, and I've scored it at 2 inches all the way around. And this one is 5 1/8 by 6 5/8, and I have scored it at 1 inch all the way around. And I'm going to start by just cutting off these corners from the score line to the other score line. And then I'm going to cut these lines up like this. This is a really simple box. Now you want to use a good adhesive like Tear and Tape or your Tombow Fast Fuse if you have any left. And we're going to put that there. And then let's burnish all those score lines like that. And then you're just going to take that Tear and Tape off. Let's see, usually when I'm making a video, the Tear and Tape doesn't want to come apart. Doesn't want to peel off. It looks like, crossing our fingers, yep, they all did it. All right. All right, and then you're just going to fold these in like this. There we go. There's your box bottom. Now the top is going to be done exactly the same way. Cut off those triangles. Now I do have to say that this box was cased from a bigger box that Michelle Litwiller made. If she's watching, she made a beautiful box with the Everything is Rosy kit in May, and I wanted to make something a little bit smaller. I made her box, so Michelle, thank you. Your box was awesome. And then I wanted to make a box that's similar to that, and I actually did that for my stamp club in June. And then I decided it would make a great little box for what we needed. And you know, once you get a box measurements that work, you can use it for all kinds of things. So Michelle, thank you. Shout out to Michelle. She's very creative, and I like to see what she comes up with. All right, now I'm gonna fold these in just like I did with the others. Let's see, I don't remember if I burnished my lines. And then, you know, once you have your box made, you could really decorate it any way you want. I have stuck with our In Color DSP and our Above the Clouds stamp set, and there you have it, a perfect box. And you could put, you know, a couple yards of ribbon in there. You could put some ink spots, you know, a few embellishments that would make a fun little treat for your customers to entice them to host that workshop. All right, let's look at the last one. Let's move all of this out of the way. And the last one I designed to hold our little brochures, our recruit brochures that you can get from the demo site. And I thought that would make a great display at your classes or your events in your studio, wherever you do your things. It just holds those and it attracts them because it's so cute, and then they can take one. Very simple. It's big, so you're going to need 2 pieces of our Seaside Spray cardstock. The big one is 8 3/4 by 8 1/2, and you're just going to score it at the long side at 1 1/2 and 7 1/4. And make sure you score the long side and not the short side, because it's almost a square. The long side is the 8 3/4 inch side, so 1 1/2 and 7 1/4. And then the other piece is 7 1/4 by 8 3/4, and you're going to score that long side again at 1 1/2 and 7 1/4, and then turn it and score the short side at 1 and 2 1/2. Burnish all those lines like that, and then we're going to cut this these 2 bottom rectangles. We're just going to cut them completely out like this. And then we're going to put, we're going to cut this score line right here. Okay, so there, that's what your piece looks like now. Now let's put some Tear and Tape on this guy, and I'm going to do it right here, closer to the score line. You could even do 2 if you wanted, but I'm almost out of Tear and Tape, so I'm not going to do that. And peel that, well, Now it's going to act like it does during a video. Now you're going to take that and you're going to lay it right here so that we have one long piece. I don't know if you guys can see that in the video. One long piece, okay? Now take a little bit of your adhesive and put on the outside of these squares. And then we're going to put some here on. Uh-oh, I'm running out. Oh no. Okay, well, we're just going to put a little bit for this one. Hopefully I have more tearing tape somewhere. All right, so peel that off. Now fold this big backside up and press those in like that. And then we're just going to fold this over like that. So that's what it looks like, but I don't like this, so let me grab my bigger scissors. You're going to cut from this front point right here to that back corner. Just take your scissors and cut right there. See how that creates that angled line? And then we're going to do it here too. Like that. And there you have it, a cute little holder, brochure holder. Now I just put a piece of our DSP there, and I stamped the clouds and the little balloons on the piece of Whisper White and the sentiment, and then I did this one on a separate piece, punched it out and popped it up with dimensionals. And of course, let's add our matching bow. This is a bulky ribbon, which is a little bit harder to use on cards, so anytime you have a 3D project, you can use it because it doesn't matter how bulky it is. Okay, you guys, I hope you like these projects. I hope that you will find uses for them in your business, and I hope that you are successful with your recruiting in the coming months. Let me know if you have questions, you guys. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.